Okay, are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Ready?
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to Naja's World. I have here my sisters.
My name is Harmony.
Hey guys, it's Jenice.
I'm Melody. And it's Tareka.
So we're at the airport in Denver, Colorado, and we're waiting for our flight, which is like in, like how many hours? In like 3 hours?
About 6 hours.
We leave at 12 a.m. and it is currently
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top.
in the city.
Anyways, we're gonna do.
I got a real pretty little thing.
Anyways, we're gonna do a podcast style video for you guys, just talking, getting, you know, some ideas out there, perspectives and everything, as we normally do on a day-to-day basis. So we're just gonna get some good content in here for you guys. So
What do you feel about being, I forgot what that word is, being with your man, like territorial with your man?
That's
No.
my man.
no, not territorial.
I'm territorial.
I'm
not
territorial.
jealous.
Oh wait, no, yeah, not jealous, but territorial. Yeah.
I'm kind of a little mix of both.
So what, somebody explain what the difference of jealousy and being territorial is. Like, what is that
jealousy is a product of insecurity, in my opinion. It's almost like if you cannot breathe, speak, or talk to any other female, or like you have some sort of control over the person. Territorial is more so just, I do not like to share. I have these boundaries, and if you surpass these boundaries, then it's just like, I don't know if I'm like making my own definition, but I feel like that's it.
I mean, we'll put the definitions on the screen so you can see the difference between territorial and jealousy.
I feel like in a certain extent, like, because I feel like I'm a little jealous, but that doesn't mean like he can't talk to every single woman in his life. Like, but I feel like I'm also territorial because, like Melody said, like, you don't do this.
This is where I cross the line. Like,
This is where, yeah.
I don't know why. I feel like those three things are different. Boundaries, being territorial, and jealousy. I feel like being jealous and territorial are, they're so close together.
I feel like having boundaries is respect. So it's like that's the respect that the person has to give to you, and that's the respect they
And
it goes
I
out
do
to.
definitely have boundaries. Absolutely.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I think that boundaries, yeah, I agree with Jenice. It has to do with respect. Territorial has to do with like being prideful of what's yours. And not prideful in like a sinfulness, but like
that's what I was
prideful
gonna
of like your relationship. Like, I'm happy to be with this person. Like, I'm happy that this person is mine. And then jealousy, like Melody said, comes with insecurities. Like, once I'm in something insecure about myself, like let's say I have damaged hair, and then my boyfriend is just hanging around with a whole bunch of girls that have curly, beautiful hair.
That's jealousy.
That's me being jealous because of my own insecurities.
If I say, oh, you can't hang around with her, why?
So give that example of being territorial. The hair stuff.
Well, that's the thing. Territorial cannot do anything physical. Like, it's more of just like,
It's like, oh, well, let's say one day he goes, like, we were talking the other day, like, oh, he takes his coworker home because she didn't have a ride, or like her car broke down, or whatever the case is. That conversation of like, listen, next time I'd rather you communicate with that with me first, or like, I don't like that you do that because of this and that. It just blurs lines. Like, that respect, that communication, that boundary is set.
no, but I also think territorialism is more of like that's my man.
Yeah, like, I don't like sharing.
Yeah, I'm not sharing him. Like, that's my man. And it could come off as either being cocky, but it's more of just like being confident in like where you stand in your relationship, and knowing that your man is not out cheating or disrespecting you or crossing boundaries. And which is a scary thing, because you never know until like obviously after the fact. But
So I have a question. Do you think that you could be territorial with a man that does not deserve being you being territorial with? If that
like
makes
he
sense?
messed up.
Like, not he messed up, but like he's just a clown, and you keep giving him the opportunity. Obviously, that's not gonna happen with us because we know our boundaries and we have self-respect.
We can never say never though. Men are disgusting.
Men are disgusting, right? But can you be territorial with someone that just doesn't respect you?
I think
I feel like it happens.
Yeah,
No.
I feel like women are like that. Harmony,
like it
you
happens.
know that you're gonna be like, that's my man, even though he
Well,
messed
obviously,
up.
but not
exactly. So that
but-
answers her question right there. You
Okay.
saying exactly means that even though he doesn't live up to your expectations,
Right.
you're still gonna choose to give him the benefit of the doubt, because that's how we are as women. We're forgiving and we're nurturing, and we're like, oh, he's gonna change, or I can fix him. Like that's our
and it's like
character.
And when people say, oh, why don't you leave, it's easier said than done. Like you cannot just up and go.
Why don't you what?
No, yeah.
Oh, like it's
You said when people say, why don't you
just leave him?
Oh.
It's easier said than done, because you're like committed to somebody that you thought you were gonna spend the rest of your life with. So it's like hard to leave something that you feel like you're attached to. In those ways.
Yeah.
It all ties into how long y'all been talking, dating.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Because girls be dating a man for 1 month and they be like ready to go run away, get married, have kids, and like do stuff. Like
no, I'm talking about leaving. Sorry.
No, but that's what I'm saying. For people think that in a relationship, 1 month is like a year. Like.
I mean, no, seriously.
People think you be talking to a guy for 1 month, for 1 week, and you be like, oh my god, we're gonna get married.
Like, that is my man.
That's my man. I'm ready to have his babies. Like, yeah, like as women, I feel like time in relationship is nothing. Like people will go through the most traumatic stuff, and it'd be, how long you guys were dating? 2 months.
Yeah.
Okay, question.
Have you seen those like sayings where it's like, oh, I cried more in my situationship than my actual breakup?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What was your question?
Okay, what do you guys feel like? Who do you guys feel is in fault more, the girl or the guy when cheated? And when do you feel that he has cheated when he cheated? And I can break it down. If it's a tricky question.
Who cheated?
Wait, no, your partner. That's what I'm talking about.
So the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for us,
the man.
Yeah, for us, the man.
Would you blame the would you blame the girl in the situation?
And then when you know he cheated, in what point of the cheating do you feel
Would
like
be considered
Okay,
cheating?
I have my answer for that.
Okay,
go.
I feel like definitely both parts, both my man and the girl that he cheated with, have like blame for sure, but more blame on the man, because he is he owes me an explanation. Like the girl doesn't owe me as much.
What if she didn't know that he was in a relationship?
But that's why that's not her problem.
That's why it's not
She
her
has
problem.
no.
There's two different.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's a different.
I think it falls more on the guy, the person, unless it's someone who you both know.
True.
And that person knows that you're in a relationship.
Exactly.
All right, let me see.
And also to answer the second question, which was when do I consider it cheating? The moment, obviously you don't know when it starts to become an emotional cheating, but once it's in your mind, it's over.
Got it.
Okay, I think that obviously I'm blaming my man because he's in the relationship with me. I don't, unless like Tareka said, I don't know if I know the girl, then obviously I'll deal with her after, but first things first is my man. Like I'm dealing with him. Second, I think that, if we have boundaries set, like if you know your man is friendly and he has a lot of female friends and that's okay with you, then obviously that's not cheating. But once those boundaries are crossed and the respect is lost, whether that's him texting her late hours, him staying late after work with her, him buying her one meal, like once it's premeditated in any way, physically, spiritually, emotionally, like anything, then that's when I consider it cheating. And those are the two questions, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Harmony.
No, yeah, I definitely agree with everything that you said. I feel like once it starts answering the second question first, once it starts getting in my head, I'm already thinking that it's like cheating. You know what I'm saying? Even if cheating is a different thing for me than it is to you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But me being an overthinker,
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that a lot. Like once I start having to question myself and where you are, what you're doing, I mean, you're making me feel insecure. You're done. You're done.
So, yeah.
Like and as an overthinker, I can also agree with that. Like I'm in a relationship and I feel like I overthink a lot. Like I'll just have like a daydream about him being with another girl and I'm pissed. Like
That's me.
I don't want to talk. Like I'm in a mood, I'm quiet, and he's just like, what happened? And he's probably on his best behavior. Like he probably brought me flowers that week or whatever the case may be, and I don't care. I don't appreciate anything because I daydreamed about him with this girl. So it's like now I think that he's cheating until we have a conversation. So obviously that's not cheating because obviously us girls, females, we overthink. Like that's okay.
Anyone overthinks. It's not
But once you start dreaming about that man cheating, you better check. You better check because God will deliver that message. Okay.
I feel like the moment.
Wait, but to answer the first question, Jenice.
Yeah.
Obviously. There's no question. There's no doubt about it that the man is at fault.
Okay.
Because is at fault for that. Because us being in a relationship, you should, like the conversation that we had the other day, like you should already know like everything. The conversation yesterday was how do you feel about you proposing to your husband?
You proposing to
And I'm saying my whatever response to that was that him and I already know how we are, and he knows my morals, he knows how I function, so he should know that he's the one proposing. Like what? So he should be the one knowing that. Anyway, yeah.
Wait, I want to take a quick second to say our ages and when's our birthday so that they know, like, you know,
Okay.
our personalities and perspectives that's coming from. So
I'm 27 and my birthday is March 28th.
I am 25. My birthday is April 6th.
23 and my birthday is February 18th.
I'm 20 and my birthday is January 9.
My birthday is, I'm 20 and my birthday is June 1st.
Now that's sitting in order.
Oh yeah! I didn't know. We're sitting in order. Okay, we have 7 minutes left, and I kind of want to shift gears and talk about something like religion or godly topic.
We could definitely talk about what we were. I don't know if we briefly spoke about it. I don't remember. It's been a long week. About how spirits attached to items.
I believe in that. I believe in that.
Just to restate the
question.
prompt real quick. She's saying that we had a conversation about spirits attaching to items. If we believe in that or not. Me personally, I don't believe in that. I don't necessarily have any correlations or like attachments to those type of things. Like I've never seen it happen. I've never known anybody that's happened to it. So therefore I have no reason to believe in it, but I do believe in spirits. I just don't know if I believe that they can attach to
But
things.
do you think that is because you surround yourself with like godly people, and you like that would be the same thing for me. Like
Yeah,
I've never experienced that
most
because
definitely.
God is the center of my home. But
Yeah,
like I'm not putting away the fact that it might happen and that spirits attached to like more weak spirited households.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. You're saying spirits attached to more weak things, but it's like how can
How can I attach to
object
my-
be weak?
Okay,
like so, for instance, like in Annabelle, like
okay, that's my question. Are we talking about people or items?
items.
like
She's talking about
furniture.
items.
And location.
Items, location, yeah, like
Okay, I believe that a spirit could live in a house. Like, I believe in that type of stuff, but I don't believe that a spirit goes into a doll and then now when we're sleeping, like Toy Story is real. Like the dolls wake up and start haunting your house. Like,
And how about a location? You think a location?
I think that they could be in a house. Yeah.
Annabelle's
I feel
real.
like I'm gonna bring up something.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I don't.
I've never
I don't like scary movies.
seen like something like a dog possessed. And then
I
just move
rebuke
into
that in the name
I'm
of
gonna bring up something small that I guess we can all relate is jewelry. That because I've seen stuff that people like we've seen it too. People can't go outside without jewelry because it doesn't complete them.
That's
Like they
idolizing
makeup.
something.
Isn't
or
it different?
makeup, or
no,
makeup.
I feel like I don't know if it's the same thing, but it's like why
it's
do
what you
need-
put your mind to, like
no,
what you
but
thought behind
I
it.
don't think that's being
I don't
tied
agree with
into some soul being connected with this.
But that's why you
just
should
not
pray.
being
But I hear you
Those
should
are two-
always pray
I'm
over
sorry.
anything you get new from other people or
Those
other
are two
places.
just
different
idolizing
things,
something.
though.
You're
Those are two
idolizing
different
the
things.
bracelet.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think
I think
that's
you're right. There's a difference between a spirit going into an object and you idolizing objects that you
It's
have.
idolizing, not a spirit. A demon.
It is.
I mean,
It
if you
is.
really like,
It is.
Idolize.
though.
Yeah.
If you feel like you cannot live without this thing, putting on makeup before you leave the house, wearing jewelry before you leave the house, then that's you idolizing. That's you putting. Because I bet you left the house without praying. I bet you left the house without listening to gospel music.
And now,
So it's like if you're putting that above God, then yes, that's idolization.
Yes.
But that's different than spirits going into objects. I feel like.
so
okay.
when you guys go to a movie, do you guys pray before you enter the movie?
Well, if it's a scary movie,
No,
yes.
but
I'm not watching no scary movie.
No, but even before, because you don't know what movie they were playing before that movie started premiering.
I think that's dragging it.
That's dragging it, yeah,
Yes,
I
it would
feel
be,
like
it
that's
would be
dragging
great to do that. Like it would be very
I don't
nice
think so.
to do.
Do you think that's dragging it, or you pray every time you go to
I
the
don't
No,
know.
that's
So it's drag.
Yeah.
So I'm just questioning. I don't pray every time I go into the
Also,
movie.
no, when we grew up in the church. We grew up SDA. We grew up since we were young in the church, and
we've learned to have a relationship with God. Thank you, Jesus.
On our own.
because when I was younger, I did not want to be in the church, and then I had to grow up and learn to grow that connection with God on my own timing.
Listen, I am not watching no scary movies. My body is the temple of Christ, and I am. The eyes are the window to the soul. If I'm inviting a demon inside my home, absolutely not.
All right, yeah, I don't like scary movies.
I mean, if
but
I have to watch it, I'm not like terrified.
opposed. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
I'm not
terrified.
Can I finish?
I just
Sorry,
don't like
go ahead.
anything that gives me that type of fear.
She don't like being scared.
I don't like being scared either.
I don't like being scared.
So I don't go into every movie theater like praying like, oh God, please clean up, cleanse this theater room so I can watch this movie, whatever movie it is. Every time I go in, but definitely before I go and I watch a scary movie, I'm like, okay, God, please, I want to watch this movie.
I love that.
Please
for you.
let all the spirits not get attached to me or let them.
So what everybody says in the church, that movie theaters are demonic. So how do you feel about that? That Jesus doesn't go inside.
You're basically agreeing with that.
Wait, that way Jesus doesn't go inside the theater.
That's a lie.
That's a lie because Jesus is everywhere you are. Even in the midst of the valley and the depths of the sea, Jesus will be with you.
Like, I feel like it's like at least like the true.
I think it's about the history of where movie theaters come from.
Okay, we have a minute and 39 seconds.
Yeah, the history of where things come from. Yeah, we could always.
What's the history?
I rebuke that. Because it's like a little strange, I guess. But that Jesus leaves you and the angels leave you when you enter the movie theaters. That's
I
a
still don't
damn
believe
lie.
that. Because why that place specifically?
And that he leaves you when you're in the club. No, Jesus is right there with you. And it sounds crazy, but he really, really is. Because like, what God is love. Like, would you leave your child's, in danger?
Also, you have to read the Bible. When you're reading the Bible, it's all about context. Like, people take things what they want to know and then just change it into, but don't read the other verses and be like, because if we talk about one thing, say like mixing cloths together, read the next verse. Like, you can't only read one verse and then take it out of context, but there's
they
other
read
verses to
the
that.
third verse and the 1-2 explaining why the third verse is what it is, and then the fourth, fifth verse is explaining what else you need to do with that third verse. And it's like, obviously right now on the top of our heads we don't have a prime example, but I hope you guys are understanding what we're saying.
Yeah.
So that concludes, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That was too easy.
That was really easy. Yeah.
I can't wait for the next one where we're just getting deep and like.
Yeah. Do we want to introduce our podcast, or we want to save that for another video?
I think we should save it.
Part 2. We should save it for another.
Just know,
more.
stay tuned because we will be coming out with a podcast, the 5 of us.
Pray for it
Pray for it.
because we're really
Send
working
us
on it.
send us some topics in the comments.
Absolutely.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you again for coming to Naja's World. Bye.